Greetings, adventurers, to the ADHD&D Academy. I am your host and dungeon master, Stephen, Kerrigan, and with me is a... Could you tell that this is one of the ones that I didn't have one planned for?
What? No.
No, not really. I kind of thought you winged all of them.
You've been planning these?
Nope, not a one. Not gonna admit to that now. I am here with I used to think a lovely bunch of people, but now I hate them all. JKs to the max. I thought that it would be fun if we introduced ourselves alphabetically, because in reverse alphabetical order.
By character name or
No, by first name. By first name.
by reverse
Just
alphabetical order?
just an idea. I'm just throwing it out there. If there was a different way of
I gotta say, if we do reverse alphabetical order,
yeah,
Dom still goes last.
What? Oh,
Funny how that
what?
works. Wow.
No way, because that's so weird. Just like randomly. That's so crazy. Weird. Oh, geez. Well, I mean, I already said it though, so
Yeah.
maybe we just think of a different.
Gonna do.
There's nothing we can do about it now.
I mean,
Has been said.
I'd love to have everyone just roll a d20 and we go that way, but I mean, I did already say, so what are you gonna do?
As everyone quickly recites the alphabet in their head to identify who goes first.
Yep.
I already went. So what you have?
That's good, because you would go first anyway.
Well, no. Oh, oops. Well, that's why. See, it's already started. See, so now we can't change it because we already started in reverse alphabetical order. So now we should just continue. And while we decide who goes next, welcome to the Actual Play Podcast, where endless minds have what is it?
Our endless minds have neurodivergent problems.
Who cares? We play D&D and have fun, and we hope everyone listening has fun. I did some people did mention, because right now we have a very tight circle of fans, which is great. We know them all. Actually,
Tight circle of fan.
No, we got more than one now, but it was a couple people that had watched it that don't really play D&D thought it was entertaining, so that's good. I guess, I don't know, but if you don't play D&D and why would you listen? If you know what, they were lying.
I
don't convince people to not watch.
Yeah, I think there are a crowd of people who maybe between groups, maybe they don't have a group, maybe they just love the content, but
I meant yeah.
Or maybe they're just
I was more thinking like a person that has no interest in D&D at all. Yeah. Then this is good for you, because we also just like unilaterally decided 5 minutes before we started, we'll just use the new rules. And then everyone started going through their character sheet like, oh crap.
Oh, hold on. We did decide on everyone using the new rules, because
we decided just now that we were gonna all switch to the new rules. No plan at all.
Cleric with all the spells, switch all of them right now live on the air.
Okay, so spell number one.
Did I tell you?
I'm a rogue. One thing changed for me.
Lord have mercy. We're gonna try our level best, but I don't. We'll just see what happens. Great. So, who's introducing themselves next? Because I was talking and I couldn't do two things.
The plus side is, if you've made it to chapter 11, where you're listening, you've come to expect this level of shenanigans.
Shenanery.
Well, I know I'm last, so I know it's not my turn next.
I believe it goes to Nishant.
Yes. Why, hello everyone. Glad to join this episode of ADHD&D Academy. Looking forward to doing some more shenanigans and hopefully not eating a lot of butter and passing out.
Okay.
I think that's me next. Hi, my name's Michael. I play Catelyn. Catelyn might eat some butter. It's really hard to tell. She's a little unpredictable. Sometimes I don't even know what she's doing.
She eats better. I'm so bad. Anyway.
Then I am. No, that's Kevin.
Yep.
Oh, it's hard.
Oh man. Well, I'm back from adulting, I guess. I will probably still eat butter and because I had the best sleep, and it's okay if my tummy hurts after.
Then I'm Jay playing Orez, and the amount of butter it would take for me to not want to have butter, I don't know if that exists.
And I'm Dominic. I'm playing Sal, and Sal is probably not going to eat a lot of butter, but more than his doctor would like him to. It's not a lot of butter that he's allowed to eat, so it's very easy to go over.
That is now perfectly canon that healers in this world are monitoring cholesterol as well. They have magical ways of detecting that the energy flow through your body is obstructed. If you eat better, you can. I love that. Fantastic. Well, welcome one and all to my favorite part of the weekend when we play D&D. Actually, I don't need to qualify it that way. But so we had wonderful shenanigans happening. The Ice Heist babies went to the town of Meadowbrook, investigated the missing cats, found the cause of the missing cats, traversed through Ragnar, found out that he's lactose intolerant, and used his impressive dwarven constitution to sleep it off. And not much worse for the wear. But we are picking back up in the middle. So you guys had to go through. Did you guys decide on if it was a spatial loop or a time loop, or what did you think that was?
Magic,
seemed-
I don't know.
It seemed more spatial,
Of
but I don't know.
life's great mysteries.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not both, So so you end up in this weird luminescent twilight forest. You see none other than Dirk with a K come out, and then so I actually realized something that I spoke incorrectly when I was describing what had happened, in that uh Dirk said he followed Mary, which is Miradade of the Storms, and then the other group followed the third one. So each group that came there was led there by a different one of those three. But when I was describing it, I said Meridade led both the second two groups. And that was wrong. And I apologize. I can only apologize. But anyways, so you Kalok's coach turned on her, tried to kill her right then and there. Thought they were isolated in the forest. You guys came to her rescue. She was kind of grateful. What are you princesses? What are you gonna do, right? And yeah, so you guys had all decided to start heading back, but what order, or you guys are going with her? We'll pick right back up there. How are you guys going to approach leaving this forest?
We needed to go back to Meadowbrook to get our paper signed for our assignment, I think. And I wanted to check in to see how the people were, if they were still impacted by that spell or whatever.
And make sure that the small child we left all alone is, still alive.
The unconscious witch that we had him watch is not dead. Yeah.
Yep.
But
So
we found out she was a good witch. Or all signs pointed to.
Yes.
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah, so you guys are in this clearing. Corellia is still there. You guys do you guys came in one way. How are you? Are you just gonna walk back to
I
the
think
cart, essentially?
I think we were somewhere in the forest and didn't really know where we were. So I think we're just trying to make our way back the way we came.
Yeah, I
Yes.
don't know if we had any indicator that there was other potential routes from where we were.
So when you guys approached, the path continued forward, and this was a break to the left. So you guys can, if you're following, like, it's not much of a path because this is the twilight version of this like picturesque forest, that where everything was in a too sharp type of contrast to be the most foresty forest that ever forested. But when you come out of this clearing, you would have to like go through like the trees with no trail in like any direction you want, or you can kind of go back the way you came or continue on as if you guys didn't bear left.
My vote is go back the way we came because that's the only way I think I know. Um,
Yep, I agree.
okay.
Okay. So you guys will go back. I will say that just to avoid any type of roll or anything like that, if you guys repeat the actions that got you here, you'd be able to break the little thing. And you actually notice that the effect is beginning to diminish as well.
Do we have enough butter to repeat those steps? Oh, you
Oh,
meant from when we
you want to
got to
repeat
the
all the
oh,
steps.
okay.
Yeah.
Just from the forest.
Well,
Okay, never mind.
you can talk to the villagers and see. Okay, yeah. So without any other craziness going on, Corellia and Brad will essentially follow or walk with you guys back to the village unless you don't want them to.
No, I think they can come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. So yeah, so you guys head back down through the woods. You're able to um, get essentially back to the cart. There's now another cart next to Ragnar's cart. Uh, he is sleeping still in the cart there, and you can just guess that the other one is what Corellia and their party took.
So it's not a magic pumpkin like she said it was?
She said it was an arc. I said it was an arcane sled, and that's funny.
This
Hmm.
looks like a cart.
Yeah, but we named it Arcane Sled.
Oh, sneaky.
She like she's like that. You can tell that's like way funnier to her than
It's like, eh.
yeah, but yeah, she's proud of herself. Anyway, but she'll notice nobody. Okay, and then yeah, so she'll start. They'll start heading back. I assume you guys wake up Ragnar.
We're gonna try to. Come on, buddy.
Hey,
Time
Okay,
to wake.
so
I'll
yeah,
let you sleep.
Ragnar, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Does anyone know what neutralizes the effects of butter?
See if
I'm
you
ready to
can-
go save these cats.
See if you process.
Oh, you guys.
No.
Uh,
Okay. Good. What'd you get?
19.
Oh, absolutely. I was gonna say just for that role play, I was gonna let you pass anyway. But yeah, so Ragnar wakes up. Boom.
Ready to save some cats. Don't
Ready to
worry.
save these cats. Let's go, guys.
Yeah. You were out pretty deep. We already saved the kitties.
I should go back down.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Fine, stay in the back of the cart. We'll carry your ass back.
I did good.
No,
You're not done it with me.
wrapped around you, Orez?
Yes. Yeah. Orez this whole time this cat has been perched on his head. Just carry me.
Sir Fluffy Pants or whatever his name was?
Lord Ember.
Oh. Fluffy Pants?
Lord Hemba.
You're the witch's cat, right?
I am no one's cat.
I
The
mean,
witch is
that's
your
the
human?
I permit her in my presence.
it's like a partnership, but like 60-40, you being the majority stakeholder, right?
What on earth is a partner?
Don't worry about it.
Give that cat some butter.
I assure you, mortal, I was not. Yeah. Yeah, so you guys are able to go back. Ragnar couldn't uh be da, da, da. So yeah, it'll be pretty. I mean, we can spend as much time here in the village as you want, but it'll be pretty cut and dry. People are very thankful. You see now that like this magic has lifted over this area. Like the forest was still feeling the effects after that barrier, but then once you got past that point, you guys noticed that everything had kind of returned to normal. Like it was a forest. It wasn't a foresty forest. It was just like a normal, run of the mill. I mean, forests are great. So it's as great as a good forest. No, it was a great forest. We're gonna keep it right there. Anyway, so you get all the way back to the village. She'll be very thankful for you. The kid is fine. The house is a little bit of a mess. You see, he drew on her while she was sleeping. You imagine that that's going to come back to bite him. The villagers themselves, again, very grateful. There are cats everywhere now. Like they are on the roofs, they are in the buildings, they are, walking around with their dead rats that they caught and stuff like that. You can't imagine there's very many how any rats survive, but they were gone for a while, so they came in. So now they're cleaning the village. You see, they're getting ready for their harvest festival that they realized they didn't have, and unless you guys needed anything specific in the village, the elder would sign your document, and you guys would be free to head back to school.
I had a couple questions I wanted answered.
Absolutely.
The witch mentioned something about like poisonous or fungus destroying trees. I don't know if we ever resolved that. So I think I would ask her about that. Like I found that fungus that smelled really bad, and you said you wanted us to find what was up
Yes.
with that, and we didn't do any of that. I don't think.
Oh.
Did we? I'll look to the rest of the group. Did we solve that problem?
We did the gem thing. I don't remember what we did about the fungus.
Yeah.
There was a gem thing?
Yeah, there was a laser pointer that all the cats really liked.
What's a laser?
It's a
Well, it
big
stands for light amplification of.
So you Oh, yes. Well, the cats returned, so the okay. Well, I can trace down this in the forest if you didn't get to it. Did you see any evidence of it or any like a trail that it was leading?
Oh, there's a big hole where we went, so I don't know if there's any evidence there still.
But the hole's getting
There was a
covered up.
weird time loop thing in the forest too on the way, so that might be tricky for you.
I I see. Well, a
But you're
time.
a witch. You should be able to. Yeah, maybe.
Okay. No, I will be very cautious when I investigate that area. But so okay, there was a red gem that wouldn't explain the rot, but if it was coming from elsewhere, then it could have just been a coincidence, I suppose. But no, you solved our problem. This is firmly within my realm of expertise, so I will be able to track down the source of the infection and you know
Okay.
resolve it, I should say.
Also, I think. Well, I smelled really badly of that fungus, right? And I don't know if I told you where I found it.
Oh,
It was in the basement of the. I think it was in the tavern, right? It was in the basement of the tavern, and an invisible cat walked into it, and I got all smelly. Is it possible that I'm just going to decide to trust you because you're a witch and you seem cool?
oh, thank you. I
Um,
am pretty cool with the youth in the village.
yeah. I believe you. Um, so I don't know what's up with that. Maybe you should check it out. Maybe you
Well,
should find the person who put that fungus down there.
what what you found was the reason the mill, the wheel, the big wheel. I'm not a miller. I don't know the terms.
Yeah.
The reason it was broke was I broke it.
Why?
They had taken this herb and were grinding it in the mill to create a very fine powder that they could disperse to make everyone more suggestible to magic.
Oh,
The,
and you
Not
why
not
didn't.
would
not here. They were making a poison in the village.
That's bad.
Well, they're not
Should
anymore. So
okay.
that was, we try to keep a balance with nature, and that was, as they were exploiting nature, decided to my order decided to act. So
Okay.
okay,
So
but
you
we
got it
don't.
covered, is what you're saying.
yes, the people responsible will be dealt with in an appropriate manner.
Good. Good.
Okay, wait. So who were the people actually trying to create, like trying to make people suggestible to magic? Like the people in town were. No, it didn't sound like they were intentionally doing it, but they were being made
Um,
to do it.
Everyone, give me an insight check, please, and thank you. And we don't have a log up, so tell me your rolls as you get them.
15 from Ketlin.
Also
15.
15.
5.
Okay. So
17
for
for Ores.
oh, okay.
And
Uh
19 from me.
okay. So almost everyone beat a 15. Ragnar, you're just, you're getting back into the groove. All right. You're still stretching, yeah. All of you clock that she looked at Corellia before looking at you, of saying, I I don't know who would want to make people more susceptible to magic, but we should investigate that.
Hmm.
Cool.
Yes, we
Um,
should investigate that.
I don't
Do
think
you have
Ketlin's
any
subtle.
leads?
Again, thank you so much for your help. I I would I think any type of, investigation from my order should stay within the confines of that order. I believe you guys have to go back to school. So, we'll, the people that handle it will handle it, I suppose, is a polite way of phrasing it.
Okay. And I think Ketlin's going to turn to Corellia and say, do you have any ideas of why someone would mess with this stuff? Like, you were pretty knowledgeable about what was going on back in the forest. Why would they want to poison a whole bunch of people?
I'm actually going to ask for a persuasion check.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to
6.
do. 6. Okay. So you see her look down for a second and just collect herself, and we can speak of this later.
Okay. Sure. Cool.
And then the herbalist would say, yes, so I actually do have an appointment coming, so unless there's anything else.
Oh, is it the foot guy? Give him my best. I hope his feet get better.
It's the foot guy, yes.
Um,
I'm sure they will.
as we go to leave, I
Mhm.
want to leave my sword like against the door and try to make it seem like I forgot it as we leave.
Okay. I'll a sleight of hand or a stealth, I think would be appropriate for
Okay. To sleight of
this.
hand. No, that's only a 4.
Okay. So yeah, so she'll say, excuse me, your sword?
Oh, yes. Then thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Okay.
I know they get heavy. And she closes the door. So yeah, so you're standing outside with Corellia, who will start she will get her and Brad will start taking their cart towards the village. Assuming you guys are gonna follow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So anything else at the village, or are you guys gonna start the journey back to school?
There's something that I kind of want to do, and it might
Okay.
be a bad idea.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna like turn to the party, make sure Corellia can't overhear me, and be like, "Hey, should I go steal some of that stuff that I found in the basement that smells really bad?"
Yes, you should.
Hmm. Feel so. This is a good time to say there are no bad ideas, just bad rolls. And
I feel like I have a pretty good role in this group. What do you mean?
do we have some way to mask the smell if you grab some?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. Does anybody have like some old vials of like a potion or something that I could cap it in?
To the inventories.
Yeah, you guys all have adventuring kits, right? I'll say you could easily just pour out a potion and store
Yeah.
stop like make an airtight, you know,
I'm
you'd be
pretty
able to make that
sure.
happen. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I used a potion last session anyway, so I'd have an empty bottle from it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
You
can
Or
get a
gotta
little
wow,
bit.
a
you clean it
potion?
off with your shirt.
Mhm.
Yeah, all right. So yeah, I'll say you guys develop a little like mini heist plan to go in there. So you can do this with advantage, but it'd be easy and it's going to be very easy because you know they're very trusting and you guys can be like getting your things signed and distracting them from noticing. So
Okay.
you know what, I think you guys could put enough thought into this that no roll necessary, you would be able to get it. So how many potion vials, or what we'll say is like use enough uses, uh how many would you guys be aiming for? Like as
Um,
much as you can get, or
let's call it 5 little potion bottles.
okay. Yeah, five's a reasonable number. So you guys can add that to your inventory of 5 of this unknown herb that all you have a hint towards is that it makes people more susceptible to magic.
Okay.
Cool. Good stuff.
And then that's all I wanted to do.
Okay. Yeah. And of course Tommy will want to say bye to everybody, and you know it'll be a whole thing and be like, you know, very close to key to the city type situation, right? As you guys leave the village. Okay. So you guys are heading back. Okay. I'll say that as it'll be once you guys stop for that first night, Corellia will suggest that you camp as opposed to staying anywhere in the village or tavern, because you asked and she said she'll talk about it later, and that's what she means. So, okay.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Ready,
So yeah,
ready for
so you
camp.
guys set up. Yeah, you guys break for camp. You set it up. It's D&D adventure style. Round a campfire. You're off the road just a little bit. Found a clearing off the path. You've kept your fire small as you've been trained. Corellia will kind of look at Brad, and Brad will nod and like go like do a perimeter, basically, to see if anyone's gonna hear. And Corellia will take a very long moment looking at the fire before addressing everyone and saying, I understand that you have questions, and as I am asking for your silence about me and some things, I think it is only fair for me to show you trust as well. So, if you have any questions, I will answer them as truthfully as I can. I will warn you that due to the nature of some of these things, once you know them, it will potentially make you a target.
And I'd like to say, as Sal was setting down, like before, right as the conversation was getting started, I want to do my channel divinity for emissary of peace, so I get bonus on persuasion.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah, so as you channel your oath and the magic permeates the area, you notice that there is another divine presence that has already permeated the area, and it's not antagonistic towards you, but you can just sense that she has already cast a spell of a similar sort of vein as yours. Um and yeah, so she'll basically just wait for anyone to ask.
Why do you think they picked the cats?
I think the cats were an accident. It was ancillary. Any formation of quintessence would probably attract uh they're small enough and bright enough to attract cats. So that would be my guess, is that it was unfortunately too close to this village, and that the number of cats leaving was noticeable.
Maybe if it had been a normal village, nobody ever would have noticed.
Yes. Yes.
Well, thank God for cats.
Yes. I so wait, I did forget. When would Ores have ever set Lord Ember down?
Right.
Yeah, I think when we got back to the witches area, assumed he was
He's
staying there.
Yeah, no, he did not, unless you take him off you, he has not gotten off you.
He refuses to tell us if he's owned by anyone, so I think he'd
I go where I
In-
wish.
tow. Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anyone in the village, Lord Ember, that you wish to say hi to?
Once you say hi, then it's like, how are you? What's up? And then you say, what's up? And how are you? And it's, I cannot speak to humans like this.
Okay. Is anyone going to miss you aside from
He-
everyone?
I cannot carry me forth. And then you'll go to sleep.
Guys, I think we're stealing a cat.
I think he stole himself.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and as you leave the herbalist house, you'll see her go like, good luck. Okay.
He'll get bored eventually.
0 people will miss Lord. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so this conversation is happening and you have Lord Ember with you.
What? So, what are you doing at the school if you're actually working on these larger missions related to like portals and rifts opening up?
This is part of that knowledge that I told you, that I'm willing to show you some trust, but you will be implicated if it is found out, and with the reason I am telling you and putting this trust in is that when we come back to the school, a very casual investigation will kind of be able to put our adventuring parties together in the same kind of location. So there will likely be eyes on you regardless, to some degree. But if you continue on as normal, I'm confident that those will fall off. They're not interested in you. Um, to answer the question, what we were trying to do, this was a plan my father and I had many years ago to br- bring to light a sect of the empire that is attempting to bring forth great evil through these portals that have been appearing for as long as anyone can remember. And the school was a controlled environment in which it would be easier to get the upper hand. Um, Go ahead and everybody give me a history check. And if you beat a 15, let me know.
Got 3.
19.
Ooh, okay. Nice
Natural
roll.
20 for 21.
Nat
Not
20.
20 for 22.
Okay.
I see how it is.
Yeah. So both of you guys remember this through different ways. We'll say, Ketlin, you have to case the joint a lot of times. So like you've heard rich people conversations, and this is like all they talked about for like a solid 2 months to a year, right? And same situation, Elwin. Even being isolated, you heard about this news because you guys, as growing up, didn't really care about the outside world so much, but you still kept aware of things. So the history of this is that her when assassins killed her mother, that was when she came out and was a cleric of Lady Death after that. What she is telling you that's shocking is that famously her father basically and her became estranged at that time because the rumors were he blamed her for her mother's death. She turned to some type of like, just the rumors went crazy because now her hair turned white, like she's now worshiping death, essentially, not like one of the gods of that air realm, like the concept of death itself, which is not popular in nobility circles at this place. And so she was like sent off to like just go live on some elsewhere, whatever. And that her going to school must have been like him taking pity on her, or her trying to like strike out on her own to like renounce her inheritance or whatever. She was never officially um what's the word when you disinherit? She was never officially disinherited, but um by all intents and purposes, like there's her and her father shouldn't have had a plan at all. So the fact that they're working so tightly on this is like a huge secret, which fits into what she was saying, if she's cultivated this like weak persona, but she can do powerful death magic, right? um so the plan that she's saying is that she went to school to draw out these cult this cult, so she wanted to attack her, and that she basically is saying that she wasn't expecting them to attack her so soon.
Um, well, does your father need to know about what happened here today?
I will, of course, inform him of what has happened. We exchange coded messages through relays.
That's cool. Does Brad know about that?
Yes, he is not of my family or inner court, but more his guild um, is one of reputation. So they don't break the terms of their contract, as you saw evidence of when it happened in the forest.
What guild is that?
You have to know the name. It's one of those.
He wouldn't tell me either. Fine.
Part of the contract you sign is that you're magically bound to not actually speak the name. So of course I'm not able to.
Really? Well, that's cool.
Mhm.
New life goals. All right.
Oh. He's- yeah, so yeah, I mean, she's kind of you see you don't need an insight check to see that she is the same age as you guys. She's, she's of the age to go to college, right? So that is, she's essentially a peer. She just happens to be a royal. And you guys don't need to see that, like, her, everything about her is like so tightly wound up and like this has to work, that like she is, and she's alone. She, so it's like she is hanging on by a thread. But it's a very strong thread. So,
What
absolutely.
I think I'm just gonna come out with a more accusatory thing here. What do you know about the powder that was making people susceptible to magic?
Well, Brad would know more about it than I, but all I can say is that it's used by many a criminal to make their endeavors succeed. It is quite illegal, and we like to work with the solutions that are presented to us. So the the part of the empire that my mother managed, I had taken on, and the channels that we would use to solve an illegal um, powder, poison manufacturing facility is through the herbalist that you met.
But I'm confused. Are you saying you made it or somebody else made it and you stopped it?
Somebody else made it. It was reported to me, and so I headed out here in my off time from school to put a stop to it.
I see.
You came out here in your off time, but the rest of your party, the traders, also came. Is that
Yes, they um in I well, I don't often have to exert my position, but when I need certain things done, it can happen. And once we got there and they discovered that there was the potential for a portal opening, portal incursion, they led us off into the forest where we ran into you.
Hmm. So you followed them out into the forest?
They they that was when they began to turn, and they were making every manner of excuse as to why we had to, investigate what their readings were saying. Once they broke their cover, that's when I was able to act.
I see.
and so they were the ones who were able to detect that gem, not you. Were they? Was it? We saw like a powerful detect magic spell occur. Is that something they cast or someone they work for cast and
I
told them to go?
I believe it was someone they worked for. They reported that they were, the way, from what I gathered reading through their documents, when they were not paying attention, and in the short moments I was able to, I found that they essentially are able to sense when quintessence has formed or is about to form. A sufficient enough concentration of reduced mana will trigger their sensor, at which point they will report it to their chain of command, and then they will cast a very powerful locate object, and based on the report, and from there they will go and collect.
Mhm.
Now, the obvious implication is who in the Adventure Society knows the truth about portals. And based on how they are structured and how long they've been operating and their history and everything we've been told, probably everyone.
This conspiracy goes to the very top.
I waited my whole life to say that, and you just took it away from me.
Well, maybe I waited my whole life to say it. It's just not your turn.
Fair.
Who
I apologize. I'm just a little still frazzled.
So, and the Adventuring Society picked the composition of your party, right? Everyone that would end up going into it.
That was what my father had to allow to essentially, we thought, guarantee my safety enough that if they felt they had enough eyes on me, then they would not be as adverse to a cleric of someone so antithetical to their beliefs uh, become more powerful, essentially. So I had been and have been acting very infirm to assure them that I was not a threat, and I believe that facade is now slipped.
They're dead now. So
Yes, I'm trying to figure out how to explain that.
yeah, what happens next?
Cat scratch fever, and they just got overcome.
Yep.
That would be for a cat scratch fever to cause the death of a half ogre, a half orc, and a Githyanki. It would be one hell of a cat. So, Lord Ember's like, I could do it. The and he goes back to sleep. She begins to what happens next is I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think whether we knew about all this or not, we'd be in pretty deep trouble, being that we've been spotted with you on multiple occasions now.
Yes, I do apologize for my presence.
Oh, you don't have to be sorry about being here. Or about any of it, really. You didn't make us do this.
I think you should be a little bit sorry about most of the things.
Dang. Sell short.
You if looks could kill and you're not sure if hers can, that's a bold. You see she just takes it though. She just takes it all. This is like royal upbringing at its finest. Like she is not allowed to crack, period. But
Okay, so it seems like your party is mostly dead. And that
yes.
I would say that sucks, but they were bad people, so I guess that's a good thing. What's the school gonna do next? Like, are you gonna have to fail out officially? Or like they're not gonna fail out the princess, obviously, but
This
Well,
is obviously going to go down as a poor coach, being that the coach didn't even make it back.
yeah, true.
Which means they'll probably be given a bit more leniency, and then on top of that, being the princess, probably even more leniency. I'm just more concerned of if we need to somehow separate ourselves so we can continue to work under the guise of ignorance.
Or she joins us.
I mean, we don't have room for Brad, that's for sure.
Kind of feels like they're a package deal. Well,
Well,
you
so Brad
that
will
really,
materialize. He'll be like,
yeah.
my contract's up when we get back now because the other people died. So
Oh, does that mean you fail out? I don't think you care.
maybe, I don't know. I didn't
Yeah.
read any of the rules. Okay.
Fine. Bye, Brad.
We have to worry about that guy.
Not per the contract, but you would only have to worry about him if someone took a contract on you.
So yeah, we can't
Brad,
worry
can I
about
take
him.
a contract with you?
A coin will flip out of the woods for you to catch,
Can I catch
and
it?
it's yeah, you catch it. You know what? We'll roll for it just in case you get in that one, but he's definitely not trying to like hit you with it. So
Dexterity's an 8.
okay.
Real bad. Freak out.
But still, so yeah, so you catch it, but it like you have to like do that. Nice. See, like, and it is a coin that you do not recognize the insignia on, but
On the other
it's
side, it's got a picture of Brad with thumbs up.
okay.
This
Canon.
is business card.
Yeah.
It has been said.
But no smile. It's still his like normal like I don't
Right.
yeah. One eyebrow is kind of up. Anyway.
I'll hold up the coin and be like, I don't know what this means, but thanks, and pocket it.
Yep. Corellia will kind of look around and then lean in. She's like, it's an invitation.
Dope. Thanks.
You have to find the symbol in the city.
All right. Cool. Okay.
It's a test.
All right. Neat.
And then she'll like start talking about something louder, like I didn't give you like and you're like she's helping you out there. Yeah. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Well, I have had a very long day, and I believe I'll turn in. I can cast something to block out your sound if you need to talk amongst yourselves. Or you can. I don't. But I'll be just over there. She awkwardly just walks off and heads to her tent and lays down to go to sleep.
It's gonna be real weird if she just walked off like 20 feet, then just turned and just like
Stood there and stared at us.
Yeah.
I'm not listening.
I can't hear you.
What?
Idiots say what?
Okay, so what do y'all think?
Been a
Well, I'll tell
long-
you what I think. And you guys look and Dirk
Brad.
just
Oh, Dirk.
no, I'm just kidding. It just pops up out of nowhere.
Part of the Dirk charm.
I think generally what I've gotten out of this is she's not a bad guy, you know,
Yeah.
But probably still a bad person.
but I still don't trust her fully.
No.
I feel like everything she's told us is just like, you know, things that we will find out soon, regardless, just because of our involvement with her thus far. And she could be a good contact to have.
I mean, she's the
That's what I've
princess.
got.
It's a little connected.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
If
not
nothing
what you
else.
know, it's who you know.
Yeah. We should stand her good side at least.
I mean, we just saved her, so I hope we're on our good side for now. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm more concerned that how close to the chest we need to play this one.
Right. Can I look for Brad?
Sure. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Trust that dude. Perception. 10.
Whoo, nat 20. You keep spotting him and then not, and then not, and then it's like, did he arrange the forest so that there would be like decoys? He's nowhere to be found.
Also, Brad's weird, and he's part of a, I don't know, something or other that gave me this coin. I don't know. He's probably listening to everything we say.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think from now on, generally, always assume Brad's listening.
Yep.
Oh.
But that doesn't answer what we should do next.
Nothing in
All right.
my coaching guidebook on situations like this.
I
I'm
don't have
worried.
a chapter for the coach turns and tries to kill the party.
Nothing in there. This will be a first, especially since we're a little bit responsible.
You notice in the back, you're like, oh, Appendix XICCC. What to do when the other coach turns to evil?
Oh wait, I found it, guys.
And
Give
it's
me a
like,
second.
please report to the headmaster as quickly as
Hmm.
possible.
Well,
It's so useless.
not helpful.
I've been reading too many
Okay.
government manuals this week, so I am putting that in. Okay.
Honestly, I don't know that there's a better way for us to play this than to go back and just be honest about what happened and then just
That was
no.
not my instinct.
No. I
What are we
mean,
going to tell?
I mean, well, I think there's a pretty easy, and we might need to talk to Corelli about this story about how they were really bad guys looking to assassinate the princess, and we put a stop to it just in the nick of time while also completing our assignment
For full credit.
Yeah.
for hopefully extra credit at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, if we implicate them in the like magic poison plot,
Well,
that could make sense as to why they would turn on Corellia. She's doing, an investigation here. They turn on her because they're about to get found out for being implicated in this plot. We also happen to be in the area for our mission. We'll cooperate and do that. My issue is if anyone comes and searches and finds that area of the forest, they find a giant magic crater there.
Well, the crater's filled in.
It's filling in at least. Yeah.
Okay.
Was what the 3 cast before leaving was covering up the hole.
That's right. Okay. Then, yeah.
I think we stick to the truth as much as we can while not lying, but selectively choosing what not to include.
And make sure we say the same thing as Corellia. Otherwise, that's not going to go well.
Yeah.
What do you think, Owen?
I think the truth is something that might get us more in trouble.
We are all
Yeah.
very tired. But Ragnar's pretty fresh right now. Maybe
True.
a third party opinion.
I'm over here cooking for us. Anybody got some butter?
I got a taste for it.
I open up my pack and I've just got like a giant thing of it. Like, oh, I definitely got some to go.
Oh yeah, they gave you, you guys are fully stocked on food and thank you gifts. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. So, I guess without kind of deciding, you guys will end up going to bed, having wonderful dreams of cats and Lord Ember. You notice is like kind of just attached to you now, or as until something happens. Uh. Anyway,
So we're definitely not giving everything, right? Like saying everything when we get back.
well,
But
so the next morning, right? You guys wake up. Corellia emerges out of her tent. She is like ready at the break of dawn. She's one of those like everything is in place and she's ready to go. Looks like she took
Now,
a full bath in there. Like, yeah, you have no idea what happened. So she's camera ready, coming out of her tent. Um, Brad's at the fire, like getting it warmed up for breakfast. And this is she'll kind of indicate that I think before we head back, we should all have the same story.
That's what we
yeah,
were gonna say. We came up with that idea. You were listening.
I was
Mhm.
not. I
Brad, what?
I think
Morning,
for
Brad.
this one, I'm gonna have to when we get back to school. I think I am gonna turn my report directly into B. Um,
I
but
I
let's
have a
put it down
feeling.
together.
Well, I believe that we will be summoned to the headmaster once they hear that a coach died. That will be hard to cover up. But the reason can be what we make it.
What my concern with, like, we can come up with a story that makes sense to most people. It's
Mhm.
probably even convincing to someone who doesn't know much about the people that were plotting against you. How certain are we, if at all, that the headmaster isn't the one who picked those people to be on your team because he wanted them to keep track of you? If we lie about what they were doing,
W- Well, I am banking on the headmaster's reputation and his friction with the Adventurers Society that those two are not working together because that would be a very difficult world to live in. I feel that we can assume he knows the truth about portals. Someone of his level, it would be very difficult for him not to know, um, with his mastery of magic. um, so I think with these two elements we can highlight that the a portal was forming and the Adventure Society doing what the Adventure Society does um, happened, and in that ensuing fight, they died.
Is there a downside to saying that we killed them?
Um, we would become enemy. Well,
Whoa, whoa. Let's first thing is we defended
Certainly.
Aurelia and ourselves. This wasn't us going out to kill them.
Certainly. But it
we're
ended
in
us.
self-defense.
Well, some of us. One of us
Oh
wasn't
God,
here.
we forgot their corpses.
yeah, we did leave all of their corpses. That was the
Oh, we
other
should have brought their
concern.
corpses back. That was bad.
I mean, we can always go back.
That is in the rule book.
you're like, oh yeah, here it is.
But they're not
Corpse management.
They're not in my. They're not in our party.
It's
That's still
it's like
bad.
if possible, cast spare or like the spell that makes them not decompose for a week.
Yeah.
Preserve.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Mason jar. Yep. Not that one. Don't use that one. That one's got corpse in it. I can't. Now I'm fully stuck on this like mason jar. Anyway, where we at? Let's go. Oh yes. So certainly if we are defending ourselves, murder's fine, but we also don't want to make an enemy of either the school or the Adventure Society. Mainly, I don't want to make an enemy out of either because then I would have to go home.
I
Okay.
think our
But
story is just going to be the one of kind of ignorance. We saw you in trouble, and they were the aggressors from our location, and we sprung to help. And
Well, if I could, I think if we just focus more on the quintessence and their attempt to steal it, and that caused their death because we, as good students, would report quintessence, we would not steal it. And they attacked us when they tried to steal it, when we wouldn't let them steal it. And they died because we killed them.
well, they, they attacked you when they tried to steal it, and we were observing completing our assignment.
Right. Who killed who?
Actually,
I
I'm
killed. I killed.
not certain.
I know I killed. I killed Eridar, but I don't think I'm the one that killed Kalak, right? I forget. It was
the
also
goddess,
fast.
the goddess killed Kalak. I think.
Okay, but we
Yeah.
all participated.
Yeah. But we could just say that we saw the three goddesses there trying to close the rift, and they defended themselves and killed both of them. Or are we not mentioning the rift at all?
I don't think so. Although, why did the goddesses randomly kill Kalak and not us? What's our story there?
Oh,
Well, because they those two attacked and tried to like steal things.
mhm.
And so the goddesses killed everyone.
Well, and then it was the crazy part was when Philomustius dove into the portal to
Yeah, he killed himself.
feed it.
Also,
Well,
are we mentioning Dirk with a K anywhere?
so Philomustius gave his
Question.
life to turn the rift into a portal so that they could come collect the quintessence. And the fear of the Adventurer Society is that if the void gods collect enough quintessence, they will able to manifest on the material plane, which would be a problem for everyone.
Yes. Definitely sounds bad.
So
Not great.
also, if we're back to we're talking to the headmaster about this. The headmaster has tensions with the adventuring society and has some incentive to not want void creatures to come through. Why would not why wouldn't telling him the truth be like the way to get him on our side? To say, "Hey, there were people in this school that were opposed to your goals. We stopped them."
My fear is that if he feels I am going to school under ulterior motives, I will no longer be permitted to. With his reputation of being apolitical and refusing to participate in any sort of power structure, it this is ripe. I wouldn't be the first noble cast out of the school is what I'm saying, regardless as to my status or not. But it is critical that I combat this cult in the country, and who knows how far their influence has spread. And if I'm not here, I won't be able to help, and I have to help.
Okay, so what parts can we not tell him then? So we just leave out the parts that we can't tell him, and then everything else is the truth.
Their relation to me is essentially what I'm asking to have left out, is that they found quintessence and tried to steal it, and I stood up to them. Brad and I stood up to them, and you came to our aid.
Fine with that. That's pretty much what happened.
Is just omitting the parts that they don't have real impact.
It's basically telling the truth.
It's telling the truth, just not the whole truth.
It's basically the truth. Yeah.
It's telling the parts of the truth that are pertinent
Yeah.
to what I
Yeah.
want.
We and I'm just throwing this out there. It's open for debate. I've always had a good relationship with the assistant to the principal, B, who has part of the reason I was able to stay and join the coaching program. I think that she would be more than willing to help us should we need it, and might be a good guide on what the principal might need to know and what we should avoid saying. I know she's high up there, but
But then we would have to tell her everything,
we
right?
would. And that's kind of the.
That seems risky.
But
Because
it
she
is
might
a.
she might be
yeah.
more loyal to the school.
Mm-hmm. That's why it's open to debate.
All reports are that as long as there's been Eldraxia, there's been B. I don't see her choosing my side on this at all.
So essentially, though, all we need to do is tell them what happened, just not necessarily your purposes for being at the school.
Yes, the things you saw and would be able to draw conclusions from, I'm asking that they don't see, so they don't draw those conclusions.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're basically just leaving out your backstory.
That is exactly where I want to be.
All right, everyone, practice it with me. She's a princess?
What?
You
All else look
she,
rich to me. I don't know.
Except for me.
Or give me a persuasion with advantage.
$13.
13. Okay, so well, you beat a 10, but so what I'll give for a 13 is that when you say that, she laughs before she can catch herself. And you see that's not
Oh, wait,
a
actually,
regular
hold on. Sorry, I get to. On the second one, I got a 1.
Oh yeah, you're a
But I am a halfling, and I come with lucky.
Oh.
Nice.
So I'm going to see if we actually beat the 13. Oh, wait, whoops. That was a performance, but it's the same modifier. That's a 19.
nice.
Ooh, okay. So yeah, so I'll you know what? I'll add the cherry on top of that is so you not only do you like make her laugh against her will for a second, you see her start to blush a little before her cheeks go back down to her pale self.
And seeing a humanoid side, that kind of softens my burning hatred. Softens my thoughts that she's
You see
horrible.
the flames just
Yep.
okay. Great. So now that you guys have your story ready to go, you guys head back to the school. Other than the normal countryside and things like that, you guys are able to head straight there, no problem. When you get to the gate and start turning in your you start on putting the horses back and everything, somebody will run up to you and be like, oh good, you're back, you're needed in the office right away.
Yes, we're on our way.
Right now, go follow me please. And they're gonna take off. So it's the quickest, like, efficient kind of walk that you could possibly imagine. You'll wind your way all the way up through the school, the elaborate tapestries and everything. You'll get up to the office, and there'll be the huge sort of anteroom to the main office, and B will be there when you guys come in. She's like, "Oh, thank God you're here. It's been absolutely crazy here. What happened?"
Just was I able to get Lord Ember off of me and into the crib? Cool. So
Did
I
you
just,
try?
I mean, yeah, I would have just been
Okay,
like trying to really quickly like stay here.
he's gonna. It's gonna be opposed athletics.
Not animal handling.
I'll take animal handling. Yeah, but he's gonna oppose it.
Ooh, 15.
A natural one.
Oh,
So you see,
He's
you like,
he's
he
passed out.
fully is like, "How dare you?" And then you like do like the spot that you found, and he's like, "Oh, I see." And, like, and you're able to like put him to the
Good
side.
kitty. Good
Do you
kitty.
yeah. Like, yeah, oh. And you've changed his life forever. So oh yeah, so so you don't have Lord Ember at this moment.
Good.
He knows too much.
that's true. He knows all of this.
Yep.
Well, is he in the office with you, or did you try to put him away like with the cart and everything?
With the cart and everything, make sure he's
Okay.
nice and tucked. And it's actually come to think of it, Dirk has plausible deniability of all this because he wasn't there for any of these conversations, so he was just there for the actual
Yeah. Oh yeah.
events, and we were able to back up the story.
Yeah. Well, oh, Dirk didn't come with you guys though.
Yeah, but if
But if he ever gets called to witness, I mean, you got to get him to the school first. He seems to have some theories about what's happening.
we can't seem to leave the school without running into him, so I'm assuming other people will be able to find him at some point.
Okay, we'll resolve this first, but I do want to know if you guys like asked around about him at all. Anyway, okay, yeah. So you come to the office. She's like, What happened?"
So we'll dutifully explain the situation just as we had
As
discussed.
you guys start into your explanation, you hear from the other side. He's like, "Bay," and he's like, "Oh, sorry. You're just gonna have to let him know altogether. Okay, just tell the truth, and you'll be fine, probably." And she'll open the doors. You guys all file in, and it's as you saw him on the first day. He is a very tall, middle-aged, gray at the temples, gray in the beard, but otherwise jet black hair, very angular, but not to the point of being ugly. But nobody would say he is pretty at all. Like, he always looks like he's frowning. His eyes are very deep set, but they're like white blue, but they're definitely blue. But they just see like people, even people that don't mind eye contact. What's that like? Don't care, don't want to look into his eyes at all. Very, very nice suit, but it's nothing like, you don't get the sense that it's like a luxury or like fashion piece, but it's all just very well made and perfectly fitting. And he's just in a very, very exact person. And he's doing the classic finger steepled as he gestures everyone to come in with his head because his fingers. Oh, damn, I fucked that up. A third hand. Yeah. So, no, yeah. His fingers are steepled like this, and one of his hands separates but while remaining there, so it duplicates, and he gestures everyone to come up, and then it goes back, and it's like the images re-superimpose on themselves, and you're like, "Oh yes, he is a master of illusion magic. That's right." And you guys all file in, and he
Yeah, I was sitting there and
goes,
it's like a third hand, aka mage hand.
Mhm.
"Yes, yeah." But mentally, I was anyway.
Yep.
Anyway, so he is 100% silent, and he'll just say, "Well."
So it all started when we left the school on our assignment.
So you guys
And
go through the entire story as we've already decided. You
Is Corellia
see,
with?
yeah, mhm.
Okay, we're all here.
Everyone got summoned. Brad and Curly are there. You see at a couple points in the story, his eyes will flash with like a rune or something like that, and you can completely tell he's doing magic. Would anybody feel like a detective? Would anybody try to like ascertain what it was, or would you
I
just be
cast,
like, "Mhm." Sorry,
I cast counterspell.
really?
No, I can't do that.
Oh, I'm like, all right, roll.
Damn, new
Um,
arcane trickster be crazy.
but you guys can do insight or arcana if you want to get a sense of what he's doing.
I'd like to do an insight.
Do an
Okay.
insight.
Well, I got a 10. Pretty good.
Nat 1 for a 4.
Nice.
Okay.
24.
You're retired.
Yeah. No, Sal, you've been chewed out by bosses before. So like you kind of glaze. You're like, I don't care. Did what else were the rolls?
24.
24.
22.
Nice. Yeah, so when these runes are flashing up on his eyes, he's essentially casting to like filter through planes of magic to like get a read on the room, essentially. So he's basically looking at like body temperature, heat, things like that. um the reason for 24, I'll even tell you this, you realize that he is not casting magic on you to see if you're telling the truth. He's casting magic to better observe the room and you, so that he can tell if you're lying, so that it will never trigger. If somebody has like a defensive thing up, it won't trigger that, but it will help him see the room and see people and tell if people are lying. And you realize it's not a bad idea if you want to like not let people know that you're casting spells on it.
It's also a very
But other
calming
than
experience to know that he can see exactly how nervous Oris is at this moment. And
okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, kind of like okay, yeah, and
great,
you
great
see like
feedback loop.
after he like casts it, like he can kind of he like his gaze will linger on you for just a split second longer, but otherwise there's nothing, and you get like a little, you're like, oh, yeah, he sees me. Great. So you guys will go through the entire story, no fuss, no muss, and he will stop and go, "Is that all?"
Yeah, it's long and short of it.
We
Mhm.
have a pet cat now.
A
Oh
pet
yeah.
cat.
Yeah, just sorry, I will file this. I know that per the rules we have to file any adventuring party pets with the school, but one of the cats followed us back.
I think Orez might be the cat's pet now.
It feels that way, but
And
we'll report it. Sorry, that was
you
probably
said
too
it.
much info.
You said it spoke to you.
It- I didn't say that.
Well, when you were describing on your way back, when you so I'll back up. I probably jumped to a conclusion there. Um, has the cat spoken to you?
Sorry, did anyone else just lose audio from Steven?
Nope, I can hear him.
I can hear him.
Can you hear any of us?
Jason, can you hear me?
Quick, Jason can't hear us. Say whatever you want.
We don't have to
Can't
stick to the
stop
story.
listening.
The RA is not here.
I've seemed to have lost audio. I think that it's still getting into the recording because everyone's bars are still lighting up, but I think
Yeah.
it might just be me.
Yeah, I can
One
hear you.
moment,
Can you
please.
hear me? Yeah, no worries.
Talk amongst yourselves.
We will. Don't worry. I'll wait. I'll wait for the answer. But
Okay. While we're waiting for that, can I do an insight check on Corellia? Because she's being
Absolutely.
really quiet during us telling her story.
Yep, go for it.
Come on. +0 for a 6. Terrible at it. I keep doing that.
But the lack of a high roll kind of tells you like, so it's the fact that it's odd is already kind of an indicating of like, why would she get everyone to agree to a story and then fully just Yeah. Something's happening here. That's for sure. There's something happening here.
If you guys can hear me, I think we're going to need to reset the stream really quick.
Yep.
So do we want to take our break now? Give me some head nods. Or
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll
Yes.
take our 15
Early
now.
break.
We'll be back in 15 minutes. Talk to everyone soon.
Cool.
Cool.
Cool.